Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, guess what? This is the last video for this island. We have come so far. We have done so many wonderful and amazing things on this island. I am incredibly proud and almost a little weepy on how well this came out. You guys, we started this island as a hard mode island, and then we started questioning our life choices, and so we nope, that's not the word. We let hard mode go, and we decided then that we were going to do something that we hadn't done before, and we are doing a French-inspired island with some nature/natural elements in it. And so what we're working on right now is the campsite. So this is the final video before the actual island tour. So what my craziness is working on right now is a cliff tree. Yes, you heard me right. The cliff tree is still a thing. It's still able to be done. And so you get to see my inability to try to do this cliff tree. It was so much fun, and I kept this in here for a reason, because I mainly just for documentation purposes that I actually achieved it, but also in case you should want to try to recreate what we're doing. It obviously didn't work out the first time. There we go. We got it now. And then you just work around it. The semantics, or not the semantics, oh my gosh, words are hard today. The logistics surrounding the cliff tree are still a bit baffling to me. So I will admit I did have someone kind of guiding me through it as I was recording it. But nonetheless, we finally got it. We got it down. We got it doing what we wanted to do. And I absolutely love this kind of stretch of land for the campsite because it has a little bit of water, it has a little bit of nature, it has a little bit of everything kind of going on, and it's right off of my house. So my house, the little farm area, the apiary, and the campsite, all very naturey, all very wilderness. It's just it all came together so harmoniously, like the layout itself, the map choice, the overall design just really flowed for me. And I'll explain that more in the tour video. I'll definitely go into a little more depth as to, why I chose this and why, this particular island theme is one that is very much out of my comfort zone. But nonetheless, we pulled it off. I think we pulled it off. And I am super proud of everything that we accomplished, both on stream and off stream. So, this pathing situation, it seem to mock me at times. Like, no matter how well our relationship is, there are still times that Pathing decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to be a bit cheeky, and I'm going to give Aaron a little curveball, one that I'm sure he's not ready for. And that's kind of what happened here, because I was trying to do my favorite windy path, and it was just not doing what I wanted it to do. I was thinking, oh, maybe we'll add some hoppity hops. No, we're not going to do hoppity hops on this island, because it didn't seem to fit for some reason. And I don't know why I felt that way, but it didn't seem to fit. So we didn't go with it. I had a little bit of trouble conceptually trying to kind of plan out the flow of the campsite, just because, I did a lot of I did some research on kind of like what French countryside campsites kind of looked like. And, aside from having a whole bunch of RVs and just a lot of forest around, I mean, they were really pretty simple. And so I kind of wanted to play on the simplicity of it, but also I kind of wanted to add just like a little Aaron touch, the touch that makes me the decorator that I am. And that's why I kind of wanted to do this path, because a lot of it was just like dirt. Like, there was no you couldn't really see a defined path. So I wanted to definitely give a sense of direction and like a trail, kind of, that you can kind of follow it, so you can see all of the little twists and turns and all of the beauty, really, that it has to offer. And I have absolutely fallen in love with making circles. Like, everybody knows that's like my favorite thing. My favorite things are circles, because it's a very calming shape, because you can kind of follow it. You can kind of like entrance yourself. And I just think like circularized paths on an island they're good space fillers, but also they just look really pretty, and I'm okay with pretty. And so my idea was to I wanted to wind around the trees just to add a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of interest, and just kind of a place for my little tents to go. So I used the kid tents to kind of fill out the space a little more, and definitely make it, aside from having like our actual campsite, I really wanted to kind of still continue to drive home the idea of the campsite and make it a legitimate one. So, having more than just the campsite villager there. So I think anytime you can add like a windy path, it just looks really cool. And again, it offers that directionality. So even though now you can't actually go around the trees, the thought is still there, right? The idea is still there. And you guys, when I tell you that this came together so quickly, like, you have no idea. Like, this vision and this entire process just came so quickly. It's actually the most inspired I'd ever been doing an island, which is remarkable to me because it was a labor of love, but also it was one of those that went really quickly. And this campsite, I think, is my favorite one I've done to date, just because of all the elements that are here. Like, it turned out, like, having the row of trees in the back, I have never done that on an island before. And, you know, the cliff tree, of course, I've never done on an island before. So, while I was decorating this island and making this island, I learned so much about my ability as a designer or a decorator, and it was truly an eye-opening experience, you know, that we don't have to limit ourselves to just what our quote-unquote niche is within decorating, and I think this really does reinforce that. Now, I'm not opposed to open space. Like, I think some open space is okay, but I've gotten used to trying to fill space as much as I can, but sometimes, you know, you just can't get that inspiration to be like, okay, what do I really want to put here? And come on, dude, put it in the right spot. There you go. That was a bit of a challenge because I was wrestling around with the idea of, you know, keeping it very open and, you know, just trying to not there you go. Good job, mini-me. I was wrestling kind of with the idea of leaving things a little more open just to kind of give it more of that kind of open feel. But then, you know, I was nudged in the direction of, well, maybe you should just try to fill the space as best you can. And we did. So we did these kid tents. I love this artisanal bug cage. It is so versatile. It's so cute. And what better place to put it than the campsite, right? Actually, I used that bug cage quite a bit throughout the island. And I had this idea of putting the fire pit there just because I was tossing between the idea of the leaf pile with the marshmallows or the fire pit. And I went with the fire pit because, to me, it was the less obvious option, right? Everybody does the leaf pile with the marshmallows when they do a campsite because that's what you think of when you go camping. But I wanted to do something a little bit fun, a little bit something different. And so just kind of this idea of sleeping under the stars next to a fire pit, like that is the romantic version in my mind. And when I think of French anything, I definitely do think of romance. So adding the final touches on everything that we're doing was kind of bittersweet because as I was making the campsite, I was actually a little bit weepy because it was done, and it was at a point where 6 months ago I didn't think I was going to be, because it was just it was overwhelming. And so it was bittersweet in the best way that we got it completed. And I love the way that all of the flowers and everything that we chose to do, the intermixing of it all, just really harmonized, and it really brought the island together, right? Because cohesiveness, we cohesively brought the similar elements together, and that's important in overall design, right? You gotta have some kind of idea. I mean, it's fun to kind of go in there willy-nilly and just see what you can throw together, but I don't think that it turned out bad. Like, I look at this even now and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it is incredible. And honestly, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this journey, and I really hope that this in some way has inspired you, even a little bit, because, you know, as a streamer and a content creator, that is our ultimate hope, that whatever we're doing is inspiring to you, and that you gain something from the content that we put out. And I just absolutely am tickled with how beautiful this came out. And you have to have a baby panda, right? You have to have a panda in a campsite. It's the law. I don't make the rules. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below. And I can't wait to see you guys next time, because it will be the island tour. Thanks for watching. Bye.